guys, and welcome once again to my channel if you have been here, and if you haven't, it's so nice of you to pass by. I do hope that you hit that subscribe button, and also if you are subscribed, make sure that you have that little bell on so that you get notified whenever I upload. So I am finally back from vacation, and today's video is going to be, as you can see from the title and my eyes, it is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And I know I'm a little late with this, but like I said, I was on vacation. Funny story, I left on Wednesday at about 6 in the morning, and the palettes came on Wednesday at about 2:30 p.m. So I missed it by a few hours, but I mean, there was nothing I could do. I had to leave. So I walked to the post office today, 40 minutes, to get my palettes because I couldn't wait till Saturday. We only have one car and my husband is working. So you know the story. I'm not going to be reviewing this palette just because there are so many reviews out there already, and I don't think there's anything to say anymore. Some people are kind of torn. Some people say it's awesome. Other people say it sucks, but I like it. So if you do want to see swatches, they are going to be up on my Instagram. I'm going to put a little 1-minute video of just swatches. So if you want to see that, that's probably already up by the time you're watching this video. My eyes are watering, so I apologize for that. But yeah, if you want to see how I did this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so let's get started. Here is what the palette looks like. Isn't it stunning? So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyelids with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot as always, and then I will set that primer with the color in light. And I wish that this color was completely matte, and I didn't know that it wasn't until I put it on because I hadn't swatched it or anything yet. But yeah, I just wish it was matte, but it turned out fine anyway, but I just wish it was. Then I'm taking the color Butter, which is a nice warm brown, and I'm applying that all over my crease and also on my outer corners. Once I applied that shade Butter, the shimmery part of a light was kind of turned down, which ended up working out in my favor, so that's why I didn't really mind that in light was kind of shimmery. But if you prefer an all matte color, you can just use another shadow or just set your primer with like a translucent powder or something, which I would have done if I realized that one had shimmer. Next, I'm taking the color Mocha, and with a smaller, thinner brush than the one I used for Butter, I'm applying that on my lower crease, so basically like the deepest part of my crease, and also my outer corner, just like Butter, but more like in as opposed to more out in the corner. Does that make sense? That's what I did. And the reason I'm doing that is to create a nice gradient effect, so you go from a lighter brown to a darker brown, and it just looks more seamless that way. That is the reason why there are so many browns in this palette, is because that is the way that Jaclyn does it, and it just creates a more beautiful, more natural, more seamless transition. Then I'm taking the color Enchanted, which is a beautiful forest green. It seriously reminds me of like Snow White in the woods or something like that. It's just beautiful, and I'm applying that only on my outer corner, and then I'm lightly taking it into my crease. You'll see what I mean, and for this I'm using a very small precise brush. This one is by Luxie, and it is perfect for what I'm doing. And I'm not worried about blending that too nicely, just because I will go in with Mocha once again and just kind of blend in those two colors together. So now I'm just going back in with Mocha like I mentioned, and I'm just blending those two colors together. I'm basically creating like a green brown shade. You could also just pick up both colors with the same brush and apply that, but I wanted the green to be like closer to the lid because I'll apply that metallic green later on. So I'm only blending Mocha and Enchanted together on the outside of the eye and also the crease, but I'm not touching the part that is closest to the lid. So at first I started going in with the color Diva, which is that metallic shade, with a flat shader brush onto my lid, but that wasn't working out too well, which is completely normal for a shade like this. So I ended up just taking that color with my finger, as you can see, and the color is just a completely different product. It is amazing. All the metallic shades in this palette apply the same way. They just work better with a finger, just like ColourPop or just like pretty much any other metallic shades out there, to be honest. Then I'm taking my NYX matte liquid liner, and this is in the color Black, and I'm just creating a little bit of a wing line, nothing too dramatic. Now I'm just applying some lashes, and these are by Ardell in the style A12, and these are the Foamings line, which I'm not too happy with, to be honest. You'll see later that they're kind of coming off, and I don't know that I like them yet. And now I'm just moving on to my face. I'm starting by priming my face with my Benefit Professional, and then I'm coming in with a foundation, obviously, and this one is the Vanish foundation by Hourglass. The finish of this foundation is completely stunning. It is just, it's beautiful. I have no other foundation that applies like this one, that looks like this one at the end. It is just amazing. The only downside to this is that if you have oily skin, this will not give you a matte finish. This will not stay matte through the day. I have to like powder it down and make sure that I apply setting spray and like blot my face through the day, but the finish of it is just the most beautiful thing I own. To be honest, to be completely honest, it's just amazing. Then I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which again, this is the most amazing concealer that I own, that there is out there, and I'm just applying that on my under eyes, obviously also down the center of my nose and in the center of my forehead. And I'm just blending that out with a sponge, and this one is by Pure. And I know that I'm looking a little pale. It is because I just came back from vacation and I am on the tanner side right now, and I don't really have a foundation that matches me at the moment. So I'm just gonna keep using what I have and then make it work with some bronzer. Yeah, and I'm just gonna keep doing that until it's winter again. Then I'm still using that same sponge to set my concealer, and for that I'm using, as always, my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Guys, I have never tried anything else that compares to this. It is $25 for a tiny jar, but it will last you forever, and nothing looks as flawless as this. I mean, just look at my under eye. It's amazing. And to set my foundation, I have been into this powder lately. This is by L'Oreal. This is the Pro Matte Infallible powder, and it compares a lot to the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder in terms of like how it looks at the end, except this one has more coverage and it's cheaper, so basically just way better. So I have been really into this. And then I'm finishing my eyes with some of that shade Butter again, and then I applied a little bit of purple, but I wasn't happy, I wasn't satisfied with how little it was. So you'll see later that I go back with the same purple but with a bigger brush. You'll see what I mean later. Then to finish my face, I'm using this contour powder by Kat Von D, and this one is in the shade Shadowplay, and I'm just applying that on the hollows of my cheeks and also a little bit on the side of my temple, just because I want that part of my face to look slimmer. Then for highlights, I'm applying some Champagne Pop because obviously I thought it would be appropriate since it is another Jaclyn Hill palette. And then for blush, I'm using Amaretto, also by Jaclyn and Becca. I'm taking the shade Beam, which is a stunning bright light shade, and I'm applying that on the inner corners. And then here is what I meant when I said that I go back in with a bigger brush on my lower lash line. And then for my lips, I'm applying some ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lip in the color Chi, and this is the one from the trio with K-pop. And then for my eyes, once again, I keep going back to the eyes, I'm applying some mascara, and this one is by It Cosmetics. This is the Tightline mascara. I really like it for my lower lashes and also to blend my lashes, natural and falsies, together. And then I'm applying some gloss, and this one is by Bobbi Brown, and that one is in the color Bare Sparkle. And just when I thought that I was finally done, I thought I wanted more purple, so I'm applying some liner on my waterline, and this one is by Pop Beauty in the color Inky Purple. And finally, this is the end result of this look. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to rate a thumbs up and also subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.